My brothers and sisters, what's going on? This is Steel Sermon in the house. Sunday afternoon, another video. As always, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Link is posted in the box down below. Recapping the Pirates and the Reds opening day weekend series. I already recapped opening day. It was a pretty good day for the Pirates. Pretty good day for Pittsburgh in general. Pirates got the dub, and the Pens got the shutout over the Predators. So, good day Thursday, but, you know, as I sat back and watched today's game in particular, I actually couldn't watch yesterday's game because there was a bad thunderstorm over here and it knocked out my power for about 5 hours, so I missed the game yesterday. But I know we lost yesterday 6-2. Reds hit a big 3-run homer that made it 6-2, but that's pretty much all you gotta know about yesterday. Rich Hill got rocked again, just showing why. I mean, the guy gave up 2 home runs yesterday, plain and simple. When you have a 43-year-old guy who's the oldest active player in the MLB right now be your second starter, it just makes me question the manager, you know? And that's the biggest constant heading into the season is Derek Shelton. This guy's in his 4th season as manager for us, and this guy still doesn't know how to put together the rotation. He still doesn't know how to put together a lineup, and I'm going to get in today's lineup pretty hard. I mean, first of all, looking back at Thursday's game, I mean, the Reds probably lost that game more than we won it, in my opinion, because at the end of the day, it's 2 bad teams playing each other. But you look at Thursday's game, I mean, the Pirates did a lot of great things Thursday. Sack bunting, sack flying, stealing bases, hustling hard. Yesterday, I get that, you know, I'm not going to complain about the lineup yesterday, because I get that you have to put in a different one when you're facing a lefty. So I understand that. But today's lineup, I just don't understand today's lineup. So really, the only constants between today and Thursday are this. I like Oneil Cruz leading off. I think he flourishes in the leadoff position. But you have him bat 6th yesterday. Okay? Oneil Cruz should be your leadoff guy, if that's the case. And he flourishes at shortstop as well. So that's the good. But Brian Reynolds, either put him in left or put him in center. He's a center field. He does better in center field. Okay? Keep him in center field. But he was in left field Thursday. Okay? McCutchen DH Thursday. And now he's playing in right field today. And I'm not complaining about that with Kutch so much, because he made a phenomenal over-the-shoulder grab in right field today that probably took away a 2-run double. So, props to him. 36-year-old guy. You don't see a lot of highlights from a guy in his mid to late 30s like that. So, I will give Kutch a lot of credit for that. He quietly had a good series, and he made a really good defensive play today in right field. So did Connor Joe, diving, catching left field, which leads me to question, are you going to keep Connor Joe in the everyday lineup or not? You see, this is why the Pirates, I just have low expectations for us. It's because of the manager. Okay? He never stays with the same lineup. Carlos Santana, he was cleanup Thursday. He was cleanup today at first base. That's fine. You're going to platoon him a little bit at first base. I can live with that. But then everything else after that, you'd think that he's pulling names out of hats, aside from Ke'Bryan Hayes at third base and Austin Hedges behind the plate. Ji-Man Choi DHing today when he wasn't even in the lineup on Thursday. Then you have Connor Joe in left field today when he wasn't even in the lineup on Thursday. You had Jack Sawinski in center field on Thursday, wasn't in the lineup today. You had Ji-Hwan Bae still playing second base, which, yeah, that's another thing that I think about it right now. But why is Rodolfo Castro, not getting... I mean, if you're platooning him and Castro at second base, I can understand that. But my point is, with the lineup, stick with the lineup that won you a game. This lineup should have been similar, if not the same, than Thursday's lineup. 3 games in the season, I'm already, talking about how I don't like the lineups by Derek Shelton. And this is the reason why that we dropped this series. Guys like McCutchen, guys like Cruz, the two of them can't do it all on their own. And the pitching especially didn't help. I mean, Vince Velasquez, that guy is just awful. I mean, he gave up a home run today. Then he gave up another base hit that led to a run. Almost hit a batter. I mean, this is why, Philly let him go. But we were desperate enough to take him. I mean, wow, man. I mean, I will say this about the bullpen again. The bullpen did very well today. Not so much yesterday because they gave up the 3-run homer yesterday. So I can't complain too much about the bullpen. Bullpen actually held their own a little bit over the weekend, but then again, we're playing, a bad Reds team. I mean, I'm not flipping out over this series because it's just the first series of the year. But this is something that I don't like seeing this being repeated on a regular basis over and over and over and over again by this team. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Shelton. And now you see why. You're going up against a righty today, and you change the lineup again. And I know people are going to go like, well, the Chicago Cubs, they used 140 different lineups back in 2016 when they won the World Series. If you are comparing this team to that World Series team the Cubs had 7 years ago, I don't know what to tell you. Because that Cubs team was stacked. That Cubs team featured a lot of interchangeable players and a lot of farm system players that needed to platoon in order to get playing time. And it featured some savvy veterans that the Cubs acquired in the offseason that year as well. This team is a rebuilding team and a team that has not established themselves as a competitive team. You cannot compare those two teams with one another and how they change their lineups every single game, or just about almost every single game. That is the biggest problem that I have with Derek Shelton. And that's why I keep saying this guy can't be the manager of this team. But unfortunately, we're stuck with him for at least this season. You know the rule of 3 in the when it comes to coaches or managers. You give them 3 years to see if they do something with you, and if not, then they're gone. What did we give Derek Shelton a 4th chance for? I just don't get it. And I know that there's not a lot of managers that can, that are out there and available to replace Derek Shelton. I understand that, but here's the thing. This guy is treading on being over 100 games under 500 as a manager. When are we going to stop giving him chances? When is Cherington going to realize that this guy is just not the future manager of this team? Okay? It's the same questions that I have with our farm system. When are we going to realize that, hey, Travis Swaggerty has been an A-ball for like 5 years now. Let's bring him up. Nick Gonzalez has been an A-ball for 4 years now. Let's bring him up. I just don't get it, man. You did all the things that you were supposed to do correct on Thursday's game on opening day. And then 2 days in a row, it's like, I'm watching this team from 2022 and 2021 again. 3 total runs. 3 total runs over the weekend. And the only offense that we got today, I love to say it, Brian Reynolds, solo homer today. Make him earn an extension, okay? Make him earn him staying here in Pittsburgh. Make him want to stay here. I hope that home run today by Reynolds injected life in him and he starts to turn it around because, quite frankly, he didn't tear the cover off the ball last year, but he hits one out of the park today, and that's something that you just love to see. So at least our outfield contributed today. Can't say the rest about the team. The rest of the team. 3 guys don't win you baseball games. They just don't. So, just a bad series in Cincinnati altogether aside from Thursday. Road trip continues. We're in Boston to take on the Red Sox, who are about to take 2 out of 3 against Baltimore. I just hope from here that we just pick ourselves up. We dust off the cobwebs. Shelton starts to use this thing wedged in between his skull a little bit, called a brain a little bit more, and we just put together a decent lineup. And the bullpen continues to stay strong, but now it kind of seems like while the bullpen is improving, the rotation's falling off. That's the bottom line of everything. So we lose at 6-2 yesterday. We lose at 3-1 today. We drop 2 out of 3 to the Reds. Let's just go to Boston. Hope we have a better series there. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. This is Steel Sturman checking on out for the day. May God be with you all.